My first video, I briefly tease me turning $800 into $7,000 overnight. Sounds too good to be true, right? I'm probably some dickhead scammer, maybe in the eyes of some, but I rather call it opportunity. But the first project I minted was called Boneheads. It ended up not doing well at all. Like, to be completely honest, not in the absolute slightest. I got scammed. The word's technically called rug pulled. The developers walked away from the project. I was down $350. I was down like $350, and there were some promises for 3D figures that were never delivered, and pretty much overall progression of the project never happened. I just lost $300 in the span of 10 minutes, literally just clicking a button on my computer. So naturally, what did I do? I went to find another NFT to mint. This brings us to Alkabones. Early September 2021's one of September's I happened to find their Twitter, and by the grace of God, Jesus Christ blessing himself, Gary V, the profound Gary V, was following their Twitter. They had a screenshot pinned of Gary V follows you, or Gary V follows Alkabones. Alkabones had this pinned on their Twitter. Gary V follows them. He must be getting one. That means NFT has to be worth at least 6 figures. I'm coming out of this rich. If he has a successful NFT project, then anything else he invests in, obviously I have to. So what did I do next? I joined their Discord. Got immediate whitelist, to be frank, and looked for more ways to lose my money searching for more NFTs to mint. Jokes aside, I spent the days leading up to the mint searching for other projects. Nothing had me more excited than this Alkabones mint. Gary V was following them. Everything seemed way too good to be true. I had whitelist spot. I was getting this NFT probably alongside Gary V. It was going to be amazing. What could go wrong? I said, fuck it. And if I was losing this time, I was losing big. So what did I naturally do? I minted 3 for $800 and watched as Discord erupted over those who were not in the pre-sale, only to see the price of Alkabones skyrocket to 0.8 ETH. I sold all 3 at 0.8 ETH and went on to the next. 2 days later, I came back and I checked Alkabones price, and it was around mint price. The reason I'm telling you this is, yeah, you can get as lucky as I did and see some really good gains in the NFT space. But I was only able to make $7,000 because I read the room. There's a lot of details of the story that I'm leaving out. For one, their Discord was absolutely toxic. Any genuine questions that were brought up about the project resulted in an immediate ban from the Discord. The main developers who were supposedly behind the project weren't even in the Discord. I also noticed that there was one main admin controlling the entire Discord. Lastly, I noticed that there was no genuine conversations. It was honestly just people spamming Cabones to the moon and other stuff. Even though their Discord was toxic, I understood that there were still probably a good thousands of people that wanted in on this NFT project. But why? How could you still want a project that is raising so many red flags with mutes, bans, and avoiding topics? Like, why would anybody want to mint this? And the answer to that is hype, because people on Twitter saw that Gary V followed Alkabones. At least in my head, that's how all of this made sense. Sure, they promised games and factions and such, but to be honest, the project as a whole was pretty bland, and the artwork was kind of mid. If you go back to September 2021, you hear the word NFT, people either think, 1, you're filthy rich if you buy one, 2, they don't understand what it or believe it, 3, that monkey JPEG, is that what they talk about? But those who saw the opportunity that NFTs actually provide, and especially have evidence that Gary V is supporting a certain project, he supposedly wants one, who wouldn't kill for an Alkabone? I was able to see between the lines of this Discord and this project. I saw an opportunity to make a lot of money on pure hype. But what did I do? I minted my 3 Alkabones for $800, realized I was a part of that early limited supply by having the whitelist, and I sold at a price that was driven up by the demand caused by, in my opinion, Gary V and the amount of people that were in their Discord and Twitter. Am I telling you this story so you can learn to buy low and sell high and screw people over? No. Telling you this because there's always opportunities in NFTs, even if it might not be a winning project. I thought Gary V was actually going to get one of these Alkabones because I saw a pinned Twitter post. I don't encourage flipping NFTs, as majority of the space doesn't, and I don't share my opinion usually on projects that I don't think will do well or serve some significant purpose. It goes to show that there's a lot of opportunity in this space to make money, even when you think there's not. To some people, that honestly goes a long way. I learned a lot about this market and space from that drop. No offense, there's a lot of uneducated people in this space, but it's so new, it's kind of understandable. People need to become educated so that type of stuff doesn't happen anymore, and just because someone may follow a certain project, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do well or be the best. Hype has to be one of the biggest factors when it comes to NFTs. With hype comes FOMO, and nobody wants to miss out, resulting in people making spontaneous decisions to buying a product just so they don't feel left out, even if that product might go to shit, which in my case, it did go to shit. Understanding very basic supply and demand will help you make accurate and selling buying decisions. I just realized that I was a part of a limited supply, and there was a great demand due to the Discord blowing up and their Twitter interactions being so crazy that I just saw an opportunity to make money. Don't infer and believe everything. Just because Gary Vee might be following him doesn't mean he's buying one. He might just be interested in the project or accidentally click the follow button. Like, you never know what's going on inside of someone's head, so never infer or believe everything you hear. Always take everything with a grain of salt. Be active and engage in these communities. Always ask questions and dive into these Discords and Twitters of these projects. Always do your own research so you don't get screwed over and you don't lose any money. From my own experience, I was able to make a smart decision by exiting the scene while also being lucky enough to take some profit along the way. I was lucky enough to get whitelists, which enabled me to be a part of a really limited supply. This shows that grinding whitelists for Discords and projects is super important, as it can lead to profits majority of the time. I could have been totally wrong about everything, and the project could have been in the next Bored Ape Yacht Club. It could have went to 70 ETH. By reading the room and doing my own research, I was able to make a judgment call, which led me to walk away with some profits. At the end of the day, you need to make decisions based on what's best for you. Sure, Al Capone's, I could have misread the room entirely, and it could have been the next Bored Ape, but I trust my gut, and after diving into the community, doing my research, and really reading the room, I was able to make a call, and it happened to be the right call because it went back to mint price, and I was able to sell at a high. I got lucky. There's also a lot of luck in this space. At the end of the day, you need to make decisions based on what's best for you, and being 20 years old and turning $800 into $7,000 practically overnight, that's nice. I told you a story to one, brag. No, I'm kidding. To actually show you that even if it's possibly a bad product or a bad project, there's just a lot of opportunity to make money, and you're not always going to win. And I'm not saying you're always going to win, but sometimes you can make good out of a bad situation. I really hope that you guys become more educated with NFTs, dive into these communities. The more you know, the better for yourself. I hope you guys keep enjoying the new year, and I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy.